Hey, Jason Wolford from Pro Guitar Studio here this week, coming at you with a video on natural harmonics. Now, if you don't know what a natural harmonic is, it's essentially where instead of playing a fret, we're actually going to touch above a specific fret, and we're going to get the natural overtone or harmonic from that string. Now, I'm going to be going over this technique more in just a couple minutes, but first we need to listen to the piece that we're going to work on today. So as we go through, keep in mind that we're trying to get our fingers moving, get this harmonic sound happening. So at first, you might have to work a bit on the actual harmonic sound before you can do this piece. But like I said, I'm going to walk you through actually how to do this. If you like this video, or if you like lessons just like this, hit the like button, hit subscribe so you'll see new lessons each week hitting your inbox on a variety of topics. But let's dive right in, okay? So here we go. Alright, so now that we've heard the piece that we're going to work on today, let's take a look at the actual harmonic technique, okay? So if you've learned how to do this before, feel free to look in the description, the YouTube video description, and I'll mark where the next part of the lesson comes in. But right now we're just going to talk about how to do a natural harmonic. So let's take the 12th fret. It's the easiest place to do it. And instead of pushing down on the 12th fret, like I'm doing here, instead of pushing down like a normal fretted note, what we're going to do, we're going to place our finger on top of the fret wire, okay? So if you see here, I'll try to give you a better angle. Instead of placing it here, we're going to move over to on top of the fret wire, and we're actually just going to touch very lightly on top of the string. So instead of actually pushing down, we're actually just holding the finger on top of the string, okay? Now if I was to go sideways, if you can see this, this would be like a fretted note like this. Now what I'm doing here is I'm actually relaxing my finger and just touching on top of the fret wire, okay? So where the 12th fret would actually be. Now we're going to pick that note, and then to make it bloom, as I say, to make the note expand and sound really, really beautiful, we're going to hit that note and then let go of the finger. So you have to move the finger away. If you hold it down, it'll die out pretty quickly. So we want to do this, right? Just to give you an idea. So try that on the 12th fret of every single string. Try to get a nice sound. So you play it, move the finger, play it, move the finger, move the finger. And remember, don't push down like you normally would on a fretted note. This happens all the time. When I try to describe this technique, often what will happen is that you might misinterpret what I'm doing by pushing down on the fret. So we're not pushing down there. We're actually just touching on top of the string. We're holding the finger. So you can see here, if I was pushing down, it'd be like that. I'm actually just touching on top of the string very lightly, just letting the finger, the tip of the finger, the pad of the finger, touch it very, very slightly. And you'll see I am using the pad. I'm not using the fingertip. It's a lot easier with the pad. And then releasing the note right after you play it. So the easiest frets, I'll give you 3 different frets this works on. It works on quite a few more as well, but let's take a look at the 12th fret, the 7th fret, and the 5th fret's a little harder. Alright, 12, 7, 5. Now if you have an electric guitar, put it on the bridge pickup. It's going to be the strongest place to get these natural harmonics. Alright, so first step is getting that sound. So if you can't get that sound yet, I would suggest to work on that a bit before you work on this lesson, because we're going to be jumping all over doing harmonics between the 7th fret and 12th fret. Okay, so those are the 2 frets we're going to work on today. And like I said, we can get harmonics in different places. So there are ways to get it on 3, 4, 5. It really depends on the note you're trying to get. And all of these notes that we're going to play have a note name attached to them, okay? So don't worry too much about that. I'll explain it as we go. But every single note we're playing here is a specific tone. So for example, the 12th fret is the same as the 12th fret. When we go to the 7th fret, it's the same as the 7th fret. Now it changes on different frets, so it doesn't always work that way. But these 2 places, the note name we're playing is the equivalent of that specific fret. So this right here is an E note, so that's an E harmonic. This right here, that's a B note, that's a B harmonic, okay? F sharp, D, A, E. this is just all your open string names as we go through it. So what we're going to do, we're going to play, like I said, the 7th and 12th fret. And this is actually an idea that I think I saw a video somewhere, I think of Corey Wong, the great funk guitar player. He was playing this really quick exercise. I don't think it was even like, it was just a quick video. I think he might have done it on Instagram. And he was playing through some harmonics really fast. And it might have been someone else. I couldn't figure out where I saw this. But I wanted to take this idea and actually make a piece. So a few months back, I actually created a piece of music with this idea in mind. And just to work on harmonics. That's the only thing, I had in mind for this. So credit, is for, if it's Corey Wong that gave me this idea, that's my influence, right? So I was playing this, he was playing the 7th fret, and then 12 on the 2nd string, so 7th fret on the B string, and then 12th fret on the E string. And then basically what was happening, continued to move up one set of strings. Right? And so at a fast pace, it can sound pretty crazy going back and forth. So the piece that I created did the same idea to start off, and I went from 7 on string 2 to 12 on string number 1, and I'm using my index and pinky, moving back and forth. So pivoting, you can pivot on your thumb back and forth, you can see right there, to try to get those notes. So 7, 12, so string 2, 1, then string number 3, 2, then string number 4, 3. Right? And that's the first 6 notes, just follow that pattern. So that's where the influence is from that video I saw. But then I just tried to create it into something different to make a nice exercise for these harmonics. So, and then I played 7 on string 4, 7 on string number 3, to 12 on string number 2. Now, as I was creating this, I was thinking of the note names because I do have a chord progression that goes along with this. So I sort of created it with the certain scale in mind as I went through it. So I'll explain that in a minute. But first part. Alright, second part starts off the same first 6 notes. And then I play the 7th fret string 4, 12th fret string 3. The third time through is the same as the first one. So 4th string, 3rd string on the 7th fret, and then 2nd string on the 12th fret. In the final phrase, I changed it up. I went to the 7th fret string number 5, 7th fret string number 4, to the 12th fret string 3. Slow it down. Okay, so there we go. That's our harmonic part. So looking at that, if we want to dive in and actually understand the note names that are being played there, I'll name them as I go through here. So we have F sharp, E, okay. Then we're going to have a D, B, A, G. F sharp, E, D, B, A, G. So if I had to see that in the scale, I would see, like, let's say F sharp, E, D, B, A, G. Alright, so on string number 1 we have 14, 12. String number 2 is 15, 12. String number 3 is 14, 12. Alright, so same as, pretty cool, right? You can sort of see where those notes, if you think of, let's say, the E minor pentatonic scale, I'm just changing one note, this one here, the F sharp, okay? Which sounds really nice. It's the 9th interval over the E minor chord. And I'll go over the progression in a minute, which does focus on the E minor as the first chord. So that works in there, right? That's on the E minor chord. Actually, I did E minor add 9. And for any of you who've done the previous lesson earlier this year, where I did some arpeggiated chords, I used the same kind of chord shapes to start off. So it's sort of cool because you can get yourself some practice on these chords again if you've already done the lesson. Alright, now the next notes I did, this is an A, D, B. So A, D, B. So 14 on string number 3, 15 on string 2, and 12 on string 2 as well. The second time around, I just went, which is A, G. So 14, 12 on string number 3. Third time's the same, right? Same as number 1. And then the final phrase is going to be E, A, G. So E is the 14th fret string 4, A, 14th fret string number 3, and then G is the 12th fret string 3. So it's almost all from the E minor pentatonic, except I'm adding that one note, right, the F sharp. So I think that's really cool when you look at the note names and where it comes from and try to figure out how to play it in an actual fretted note form, and then look at the harmonics. It's cool to see the relationship, right? Now from there, let's take a look at the chords just so you can understand what I'm doing. So for the first chord, I did E minor add 9. Like I said, it's very similar to what we did in the previous lesson this year that worked on arpeggiated open chords, melodic arpeggiated open chords. All right. Now I'll post in the description that lesson number so you can look it up if you'd like, and you can see sort of what I'm talking about here. Second chord is a C add 9, so I'm playing the 3rd fret string 5, 2nd fret string 4, 3rd fret string 2, and open string number 1. In picking pattern, I'm going string 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. For that first chord, E minor add 9, I did 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 times. The next phrase is on a D chord. So I did a D sus2, middle fingers off. So 2nd fret string 3, 3rd fret string 2, string 4, 3, 2, and then I did a hammer on pull off 0, 2, 0 on string number 1. Back to the 3rd fret string on string number 2. Actually, I didn't go back to the 3rd fret. I went to the open 2nd string because I'm moving to the next chord. So I went to the E minor, down, 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 and G. So down, down, Alright, so pretty straightforward chords, and like I said, I'll include the link to that previous lesson which goes into those arpeggiated chords in more detail, although the progression's a bit different, right? So with this, hopefully they give you a good insight on some harmonics. Also, if you've done harmonics before, now you can maybe start thinking of these note names, like how does this all work? How do I make a melody using actual note names with harmonics? So trying to, instead of just randomly guessing the notes that you're playing, trying to go through and figure out the notes you're actually doing and making a phrase intentionally instead of just by chance or by luck, right? All right, so if you enjoyed this lesson, please hit the like button, subscribe. This helps me do more videos just like this for you. And I'll be back next week with another lesson on a great topic that can be applicable to all of us. Okay, so see you soon.